Edo, nice to have you here. Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. I just want to, maybe for the people that don't know Storyblok yet, for you maybe to like go about the points, what makes Storyblok special and how does it help people in the CMS world?
Okay, so Storyblok is a headless CMS, of course. So our product is basically about managing your content and exposing services that can help you deal with your content, manage your content, exposing your content, and basically deal and build applications on top of your content. So with Storyblok, you can really empower your content editors, your marketers to, in a natural way, to manage content. And then you can build apps to use the content that they produce in an easy way. So you can build whatever apps you want, web apps, mobile apps, VR apps even, video games if you want. So it's just, the product is all about serving content through an API and a powerful visual editor that you can actually use to edit your content, add new contents or whatever.
Awesome, like just as a general context as well, like we're actually now at JoyConf in Amsterdam. Beautiful place here. And Dominic kicked it off, like he kicked off the event and he pitched some visionary solutions that are going to be implemented next, but he prefaced it with content, right? Like, and for me, it would be interesting on how you see and understand content in the future, like in the near future, actually.
So this can open like a world of possibilities because until now, we are used to see content on the web in a specific way. Structured content, vertical websites, hierarchy of content. But now you can think of content in a more natural way. Like you can think of your content, structure your content in the same way that you think about content. So when you are in a conversation with someone and you're talking about your company content, for example, when you think about content, you make natural connections between stories, stories and your history, your content in a natural way. You're not thinking hierarchy, right? So now we are in an era, and the LLMs basically brought us to this era, where content is no more structured hierarchically, but it's more natural. It's more about the natural connections and proximity between items that we have in our content repository. And so I think the thing is now to imagine a new way of dealing with our content and managing our content, which is closer to the way we think naturally about our content. So we are used to search content, for example, in a structured way. So we think of content types, we think of categories, facets, but now we can think of the connections between content. We can make searches in a natural language. We can create connections between our content in a natural way. We can analyze our content. So everything shifts between strictly structured content to a more natural way of thinking about content. And that will be possible with the new features that we launched today with Storyblok.
Yeah, I mean, with LLMs, like structured data, without doubt, will be getting more important and more important. And your solution is really great at providing that. But not only is it about like external API connections of structured data, but also what you introduced now is Strata, right? Maybe you want to indulge us in what you were thinking when theorizing and then now implementing that feature.
So Strata is the new product that we launched today. It's basically a vector database. And that means that you now have a new tool that you can use to analyze your content, make connections and search your content. So imagine also analyzing your content in a natural way. For example, let Storyblok suggest you what would be the best content that you can create next based on the history of the content that you already have and the needs that your brand has, or maybe a comparison with your competitors. So these are analyses that you can make in a more semantic way based on your content, not just the content types or the metadata, meta tags that you add to your content. No, but on the actual content. And that is possible with vectors and the vector database that we released today. It will be possible. It's just another tool that we are adding to our tool chain and to our offers, and that you can use. And in that sense, probably, if you are a partner also, you can have privileged access to that tools and build something amazing with that.
I think it's such a great thing. You go into vectorized databases, something that we as SUNZINET do for a long time to really like get search going, right? Because you need vectorized data to really have the semantic connections built and get fast search out of it. Like you were talking about analyzing content, but then it's also about creating content, right? And I think that also goes into flow motion, right? Which can be also a great benefactor. I actually can think about 2 to 3 cases for our customers that use Storyblok that can use that in a way that can be really beneficial.
Yeah, that would be amazing, because NA10 right now is just another powerful tool that we add. And imagine the things that you can build having new tools, new automations that you can build. You can create your own nodes. You can add nodes with your code. So first of all, Promotion is a tool that we built on top of NA10. So it's basically NA10 integrated into Storyblok, and a Storyblok integration for NA10. And NA10 is an automation tool, like a automated workflow tool. That means that you can react to events that are happening in Storyblok. For example, a new story gets published, or something has changed, or a new comment has been added. So an event happening in Storyblok, and you decided how to react to that event. And the reaction can be something that's external, so you trigger a workflow, a pipeline somewhere else, or something that's internal in Storyblok. So, okay, let's do something with my content. Let's add a translation. Let's update something else. Imagine the infinite possibilities that you have. You create pipelines, automated pipelines, that reacts to something that your editors did with your content. Possibilities are endless, and I'm actually really curious about what you will build with NA10.
Absolutely. Having like just one keyword is like extended localization, right? So you can analyze what's trending in specific topics, like areas, and like build recommendations, and still like build in the rule and the content creation process, like end to end with, like this guy has to actually put a check mark behind it, but it really accelerates. And like just as a last question, like where does partnerships and partners come into play in the integration and consulting of Storyblok for the end customer?
So I think partners have a privileged access to the tools that we are offering. So we are enabling these tools primarily for partners, and so they get privileged access. They get support from us, so they can really build the best-in-class solutions using the tools that we provide, because partners have a direct connection with us. So we help them build beautiful things, and they also help us in finding the best use cases and the best solutions and ideas for the roadmap of the product.
Yeah, thank you. Like it's a great partnership with you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the beautiful JoyConf. And looking forward to more projects together.
Thank you.
Wish you well, man.